Hi, so I recently read a book called To Do Before I Die, and it is a do-it-yourself guide to the rest of your life, where they recommend writing out a list of goals that you'd like to do before you die, and they recommend writing 100 goals. I got up to 50 before my brain crapped out because I'm sick right now. And I don't care if I'm sick right now. I'm doing this for me. Put it on public. Somebody wants to watch it. Maybe you'll get some ideas on what you want to do before you die. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a bucket list, but I don't expect to do all of these. Really, I don't. So, number one is to own a home. Because who doesn't want to own their own house? I mean, really. 2. Finish my first novel. I have been working on this story since I was 13. That's over 10 years. 3 and 4 kind of go together. I want to visit Scotland and I want to visit Ireland. My family is actually from there way back when. Number 5, I want to buy and restore a castle. Because every so often you get these links that pop up on Facebook that say, hey, you can live in this castle for this much money if you restore it. And it's like, well, if I'd have money, I'd go live in that castle and restore it. That'd be amazing. Number 6, I want to learn Gaelic. I have wanted to learn Gaelic for a while. Scottish Gaelic, Irish Gaelic. I'm really not picky. Number 8, I want to revisit Rhodes. I went there in the 12th grade and absolutely loved the place. But because we were on a time limit, I didn't get to explore as much as I wanted to, and I'd love to go back and explore it. Number 9, I want to meet one of my online friends in person. We connect really well on the internet, doing roleplay, planning, and everything else. And I'd love to meet one of them in person, see if we click in real life like we do online. Number 10, I want to go back to college for something I really enjoy. I loved college the first time around, but I'd like to go back and learn something that I enjoy outside of school, something like literature. Number 11, I want to sew all of my badges onto my campfire blanket. As a scout, you get a heck of a lot of badges. I'm talking like a heck of a lot of badges, and I simply don't have time to sew them all on. I'm going to need a bigger campfire blanket. Really, I am. Number 12, I want to own an Irish wolfhound. I've owned dogs, back in the day, but I've always had a soft spot for Irish wolfhounds. They're beautiful animals, and I've always wanted one. Number 13, I want to own a car that is not almost as old as I am. My first car was a 98 Ford Escort, and the car I'm driving now is a 95 Chrysler Intrepid. That's like 20 years old. I was born in 92. They're not much younger than me. Really, they're not. I want to own a car that's less than 10 years old. That'd be amazing. Number 14, I want to shoot my first deer. I went hunting with my dad a while ago, and I learned how to skin the deer and gut the deer that he shot, but I'd love to be able to shoot my own deer. I want to shoot a buck. I want to put his antlers up on my wall. It's a pride thing. 15, I want to assemble my family tree into one place because right now all of that information is scattered between my aunt and my mother. And they lived in like 2 separate ends of the country. I'd like to be able to assemble it all into one place and, you know, see how far back we can go. 16, I want to go to Disneyland. I've wanted to go to Disneyland since I was a kid, and we never had the money to do it. I want to go to Disneyland just to go to Disneyland. I'm a big Disney nerd. Conjoined to that is number 17, which is visit the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I have been a fan of Harry Potter since I was 7 years old, and to visit that theme park would be a dream come true. Thank you, J.K. Rowling, for creating this world. It was the biggest thing when I was growing up. Staying on the fandom boat, number 18, I want to join the 501st Legion as an Imperial officer. I would love to have the money to be able to afford that costume and join up with the bad guys doing good. They do some amazing work. If you don't know who the 501st Legion are, you need to go check them out, please. Number 19, I want to travel through Europe as a Rover Scout. I want to just kind of hook up with the scout groups that are over there and see how they do things over in Europe as opposed to how we do things here over in Canada in the scouting system. Number 20, I want to take in a play on Broadway. I am a big fan of musicals and plays in general, and to see one performed live on Broadway would be just amazing. I'd be blown away. Number 21, I want to meet Matthew Santoro and possibly his friend Rob Dyke, because I love their YouTube videos. They make amazing YouTube videos. They're funny. They just... Matt likes to spread positivity everywhere. And he's Canadian, so come on. I'd love to meet Matthew Santoro, and if he ever sees this video, oh my god, I would die. I would probably absolutely die, because he's one of my biggest YouTube heroes, and I consider myself a really big fan. Gotta spread that positivity around, folks. Spread the positivity. Number 22, I want to learn how to read Latin, speak Latin too, but I'd love to be able to read it. Just because. When I was in botany class, every plant name, every animal name, scientifically, is in Latin. And to be able to go back and read it and know how it's supposed to be pronounced, versus how most college students pronounce things. Trust me, we're not the best. We're not the best at Latin at all. Number 23, I want to go snorkeling, because I think it would be easier on my ears than the scuba diving I tried to do in college. My ears are kind of messed up. They don't pressurize properly. Flying in an airplane or going deep underwater is not an enjoyable experience at all. Number 24, I want to learn how to play the drums. I already know how to play the trumpet and the recorder. I'm self-taught with a little bit of piano and a little bit of guitar. but drums have been something that fascinated me when I was a teenager. I like to hit things, but I've never actually taken the time to learn how to play them. Number 25, I want to get my first tattoo. I already have it planned out. I've had it planned out since I was 16. And, hold on. Told you I'm sick. I've had my tattoo planned out since I was 16, and it's going to be a red dragon from the novel I'm writing in between my shoulder blades, looking over his shoulder and just staring at you. It's going to be cool. Number 26, I want to take up martial arts. I have been fascinated with martial arts ever since I saw my first karate demonstration. And then after Kung Fu Panda came out, I started really kind of diving into it to see what was out there. And one of my friends back in the day was actually in judo. So it's been in my life, and I kind of like to try it for myself. Number 27, I want to walk across fire, that core walking thing. I saw them do it on Mythbusters, and I said, hey, if they can do it, why can't I? So maybe one of these days I'll get to do it. Number 28, I want to adopt a child. I don't know if I want to have, like, one of my own flesh and blood, because there are so many kids out there that are looking for a home that I'd rather give them a home than, just add to the population. That, and I've never had that fantasy of being pregnant. Ever. Really. Moving on. Number 29, I want to open a bookstore that helps to educate others. So, if somebody needs a place to study after school, or an adult needs an area where they can study for their high school diploma equivalency, or even just needs a place to learn a new skill, I'd like to have a bookstore that could cater to that section of the public. I've always wanted to own a bookstore. Number 30, I want to learn how to dance properly, because I really can't dance, in my opinion. Some people say I can dance. I don't believe I can dance. My mother says I have no rhythm, but I call bollocks on that one, because you need rhythm in order to really understand music. And as we've seen, I know music. Number 31, I want to help others believe in the magic of the world. I believe that there is magic in every part of the world that we can interact with. There's magic in the air, there's magic in the ground. Everything that you see around you is filled with magic. You just have to see it. You just have to look. It's there. Number 32, I want to visit Hollywood. Just to kind of wander around and see what the big deal is, really. Everyone seems to want to go to Hollywood. May as well. Number 33, I want to create a safe haven for kids that feel like they don't belong. Because I know that feeling. It is not a nice feeling. I've felt that I don't belong before. And I want to create an area that the kids who feel like they don't have anywhere to go and they feel trapped, I want to create a place where they can go and feel belonging. Feel like there is a place that will accept them, no matter who they are. Number 34, I want to get married eventually, I guess. I don't really know why it's on this list. It just kind of popped into my head. Maybe I'll get married with the right person after I adopt that kid. But it's really not high on my to-do list. Ever. Moving on. Number 35, I want to create a library to pass down to my descendants. Books and knowledge and literature is really one of my big things. It really is. And to be able to create a library to pass down to them and for them to pass down to their children, that would be a legacy that I would love to have. Number 36, I want to host a fancy dinner party. Like one of the really fancy to-dos where everyone dresses up in formal wear and you have your plates all laid out in front of you according to like the complete table etiquette. That would be so cool. I've read about them. You kind of hear about them every so often, but you never actually get to participate in one. I want to host one. That'd be cool. And while I'm hosting that fancy dinner party, I want to do number 37, which is I want to wear a top hat. I have wanted to wear a top hat since I was a teenager. And I don't know where it came from. Really, I don't. I got so enthralled with the Victorian era, I guess, and the fancy, well-to-do people that I kind of want to wear fancy clothes and a top hat. Moving on. Number 38, I want to sail on a tall ship, like the ones with the really big sails and the crow's nest up top. Yeah, I might get seasick, but I've always wanted to sail on one of them. Maybe it was like, a past life and I got to sail on one of them and now I want to do it in this life. Who knows? Number 39, I want to act in a play. I don't do well in front of crowds, so that would be a feat for me. Number 40, I want to dance around a bonfire, just because. If you don't dance around a bonfire, what's the point in living? 41, I want to swim in the Pacific Ocean. I have never even seen the Pacific Ocean, let alone had a chance to swim in it. 42, I want to learn sign language. I tried to teach myself out of a book a couple of years back, and it just never went anywhere because I simply didn't have the time to devote to it. Number 43, I want to learn how to sword fight. I have been... What's the word I'm looking for? I have been enthralled with sword fighting since I picked up the fantasy genre with The Hobbit back in the 3rd grade. And then I read The Lord of the Rings in the 4th grade, and I was enthralled. I loved it. I wanted to sword fight. I wanted my own sword. Mommy wouldn't get one for me. Number 44, I want to attend a convention like Comic-Con or Anime-thon or something along those lines. I have never been to a big convention before, and my friends have, and they always come back with these cool stories, and I want to experience it. Just once. Just once. And then I'd be good for the rest of my life. But I'd like to experience it. Number 45, I want to get into shape. Because I'm not obese, but I am overweight, and I know I'm overweight, and I really just need to kick my own arse and get into shape. Number 46, I want to attend Mardi Gras. Has anybody attended Mardi Gras before? Because it seems like a heck of a lot of fun. And I want to be part of that. I don't get to have fun much. At least not that I see. Number 47, I want to drink wine in Italy. Find like, maybe a little cafe or a little balcony or something. And just, with my wine glass, my little bottle over here, and we'll just sit there and drink wine in Italy. It's got to be really good wine though. Not that cheap stuff that they send over here to Canada. I want the actual, like, fresh stuff. Well, not necessarily fresh. But I want some good wine. Like, good wine. Number 48, I want to see a sea turtle in the wild. I've seen them in books. I've seen them on TV and documentaries. But I want to see one in the wild. I really do. Number 45, this one's weird. I want to visit a nudist beach. We don't have those in Canada that I've ever seen. Maybe there's some down in Ontario, not out here in Alberta. Nope. And, I don't know, not having to put on clothes to go to the beach? I'm down with that. And number 50, we've come to the last one. I want to wander barefoot on a black sand beach. Maybe it can tie in with the last one, and I could be nude. I'd be okay with that too. So, there we have 50 goals that I'd eventually like to do and achieve before I die. God knows when that's going to be, but maybe I'll get there eventually. So, to any viewers that happen to watch this, I hope you got some ideas for your own list. Be spontaneous, be adventurous. Do something that you wouldn't see yourself doing. Do something that maybe you tried when you were a kid, but as an adult were told that it wasn't feasible for you to do it anymore. Do it anyway. Who in their right mind would tell you to give up the dream you had as a child? Because that is sometimes the only thing that gets us through life, is trying to fulfill that dream. Don't give up on your dreams. Do whatever you want to do. Future me, when you watch this, go out and do at least some of what is on this list. Don't be like what we were in the past. Don't be a pussy. Meow meow. Go out and achieve your dreams. And be the person you want to be. That's all I got. If I ever get to the 100 level, we'll do 51 to 100. So for now, this is number 1 to 50 on goals I want to do before I die. Peace out.